Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 8 in this quest for a 2000 rating on chess.com. So let's find an opponent. All right. So as we wait, I wonder if I'll have the white or the black. Oh, the black pieces again. It seems like I get the black pieces every time. All right. E4, E5. Well, at least I'm getting a lot of experience with these pieces. All right. Let's see here. He decides to play that. So, guess I will go ahead and maybe mimic what he's doing and just see what he decides to do next. And, will they try something crazy like bringing their queen out to attack here and also attack the pawn? Then I would probably have to bring my queen out. All right. Well, normally you want to capture that. And I guess we'll see what they do next. Okay. And it looks like they're going to wreck my king side. Because if I capture, his queen will come down and capture. Alright, well, here we go. Another one of these crazy openings. Alright. Well, do I attack the queen? I'll go ahead and attack that queen, kind of block there. All right. And now, do we just bring this up, attacking their pawn? All right. Well, now it's going to get tricky here. If we protect that, let's see. We could attack, then bring our knight up and attack. We'll be down a pawn. If we just move here and protect, I guess we could do that. Bring our knight up here and just protect this pawn. So, what problem might we have? I guess I should just do that. Just go ahead and protect. Then if he brings his knight up to attack, we could attack his queen. But let's see. He could possibly check us. Anyway, this kind of went crazy in a hurry. So we'll see how it ends up here. His options are what? He could attack our queen here. So if he moves his bishop attacking our queen, what should we try? Do we just block here? But then he could attack. So I don't know. No, I mean, okay, so he decides to go that way. That'll give us time to attack his queen. Now he could, if we just attack his queen, he could attack our queen. I guess we could block. All right. The problem, let's see. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll just attack his queen. See what he does. Will he check us? Okay, he decides to attack that way. So now if we attack, he could bring his knight up, which will probably be an issue. The other issue is just bringing this knight forward, threatening here. All right. Well, if he goes here, checking us, and we have to move. All right, let's go. I guess we can't do that. What am I even thinking? I just have to move. So I have to go there. All right. These messy positions where they get an attack on you right away. So now I need to get this knight up, but you know, he could continue attacking with this bishop here, attacking my queen. You know, and then what would be best? All right, well, we'll just kind of wait and see what he does here. It looks like either a bishop attack on our queen. You know, will he try and bring the knight up, or will he just ignore all that and castle? Okay, so he decides to go there, threatening a mate here. Okay, well, now we should probably just bring our queen up here, line up on his king. So that looks best. All right, so we just go there and cover, preventing this knight from coming down, and then we should be able to just chase this knight away with a h6 pawn move. All right, so now do we chase away, or do we attack the queen immediately here? So maybe we should try that. Attack the queen, and then, you know, where would the queen go? The queen is kind of trapped. We'll have to go back up this way. We could just attack the knight first to kind of stop everything, but we need to get this this other knight developed. So I think we'll do that first. All right, we'll just attack his queen. We can attack his queen, then we can attack his knight, chase his knight away. All right, so where will he go? Chase that knight away. We could pick off the central pawn. All right. Well, he's taking a long time here, so I guess he's trying to see if there's an attack he can continue. All right, so he just goes there. We could even just continue attacking his queen. And then what might he do? Or do we just attack this? Well, attack his knight and then pick off this pawn. Could try that. All right, so I say we chase the knight away, come up here, we could attack. All right, well, first of all, we'll just chase that knight out of there. And then we should be able to just pick off this pawn, but the problem is we could have an attack on us after that. Well, let's see. Chase the knight away. Most likely he'll just go here to f3. We can pick off this pawn. The rook could come out and attack our queen. Well, then I guess we could move here with our queen attacking his queen. If he captures, that'll pull our knight up. And then we'll just be a pawn ahead, I guess, but it might be hard to hold on to this pawn. Okay, so he goes there. We should just pick this off, then attack his queen. So let's see, we pick off this pawn. If we attack his queen and he captures, yeah, it might be hard to hold this pawn. All right, but that looks to be the best move, to just go ahead and pick off this pawn here. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. Pick off the pawn. Then we can attack his queen with our queen, possibly. All right. we need to get this bishop out and then our rooks, because they are not doing much at the moment. You know, maybe put a rook here on the half open F file and the other rook here. All right, well, let's see, do we attack the queen? Or do we ignore this attack on our queen and just go after his queen? But then he could back up here. All right, I think we should just go here and attack his queen. And then I need to get my other bishop out. Or, well, my only bishop left. I need to get this bishop out and get my rooks out into the game, because that will make a difference. So pawn-wise, we're ahead of pawn, but if he picks this one off, we'll have a queen side majority. He'll have a king side majority, but our king will be here to keep an eye on that. So we could have an advantage with the extra pawn on the queen side. Now, if he doesn't want to trade queens, what will he do? Maybe he'll just move his queen up here. We could get our other bishop out and attack it. You know, he could just take our queen. He probably should. He's lower rated, so if he gets a draw, he'll be better off. So capture, our knight captures. Then what? All right. Well, then maybe we can attack this, like move our bishop up here, attack this pawn, and you know, perhaps if he protects it, push this pawn forward and attack. But anyway, he'll probably take our queen. So if he captures our queen, we recapture with our knight. Then what is he going to do with his knights? All right, so he just decides to do that. So I think I will go ahead and pick off the queen. Then try and develop my bishop up here, threatening to attack his pawn. Because also if his bishop, or excuse me, if his... All right, anyway, we want to do that to begin with here. All right, now, if we jump up here with our knight, oh, well, then he could just capture there. Okay, so now we probably need to attack. So that looks good. Attack here, threaten to capture that. All right, so that's pretty much what we need to do now. Let's just go here, attack this unprotected pawn, connect our rooks, get ready to bring a rook out. I think we're good. I don't know. I think we're in a decent situation. He still has to bring his bishop out, but his pawn is under attack at the moment on c2. So what could he do to protect that pawn? Move his knight on the edge of the board to a3, possibly. So then he'll have this knight just blocking in his A pawn, just stuck on the edge of the board. Although from there the knight could threaten to come down to b5 and then capture here on c2. So, all right. And it looks like he's having internet problems as well. It says that the game will be disconnected in 1 minute and 8 seconds, and he'll auto resign. Well, the game is disconnected now. It'll auto resign in a minute, a little over a minute here. So let's see what he will decide to do. Okay, so he does move here. Well, this kind of just helps us because now we can just get rid of this weak pawn, doubled pawn here. Just capture, and then it'll double up. Well, excuse me, it'll break apart his pawns. So yeah, we pretty much should definitely just go right ahead and do that. Now for him to recapture. Now he has two isolated weak pawns there. All right, so now we should probably just go ahead here move forward, or not forward, move our rook to the open file here, which he'll probably move his bishop. Then we could just go ahead and trade off. All right, would he decide to go here and attack? Well, our pawn is protected by this knight. Okay, so let's just go ahead, do that. See what his next move is. All right. Now he could move forward here with his knight, attacking our knight. Okay, so he decides to do that. Interesting. Okay, well, we could jump forward. He's lining up here on our king. So we should get this other rook out. So we'll go ahead and do that. Because I think that that was a lesson from a previous game, is to not leave the rook in the corner lined up on the king. And it could have been in a similar opening or variation that was similar to this opening. All right, so what will our opponent do? He could just go ahead and capture here. All right, should we go after this knight? Like move here. All right, so he decides to just move back. All right. Well, we're under attack, so we probably should retreat back. Or we could just go here, attacking. I think maybe we'll do that, but all right. I don't know. We attack here. He could move, putting pressure on this. Yeah, he could just move away here. So let us go ahead. We'll keep our bishop, just retreat back. We'll just try that. And let's see here. Okay. Well, now I guess we could just block this. And maybe go here. Then bring our other pawn up to here. All right. Well, we'll just see what he does. And what's the time look like? So he has 540. We have 520. Let's see. Okay, so he jumps in here. Now we pretty much have to protect this. So let's go ahead and do that. He's going to exchange off a knight, I think. All right, well, it looks like we have to protect this pawn. So let's go ahead, do that, protect the pawn. Oh, I guess we could have just captured there. Huh, so looks like we just made a mistake. Oh my gosh, we should have just captured here. Captured his knight with our knight. Now we couldn't do that because it's pinned. All right. Once again, I got in trouble with this simple bishop lined up here pinning our knight. All right, well, we'll just see what happens here, especially as the time goes down. I mean, the obvious move is to capture with your knight. Then I have to capture with the rook. And then he'll capture with the bishop and just be ahead. I'll have a, let's see, a bishop and a pawn for his rook. All right, now he'll probably bring his other rook over. We'll try and double on this file here. And that could cause problems. Well, I guess we should go after this pawn with our bishop. We need to put our knight, well, I don't know, here our knight is blocking his knight from coming down into our position. Okay, so right away he does that. We do need to keep him out of our position here. So, do we just go after the pawn here? He's just going to try and double up. All right, well, we should attack. Attack, attack. But if we take that, well, then we could just move our pawn forward. Okay, we're just going to start attacking. We have to get this bishop activated. We have to do something here. All right. Okay, so now we should move our knight in. By going here. I don't know if that's such a great move because he could just move his knight up here. At least it backs his knight up. All right, what? Okay, yeah, so obvious move there. Well, now what? Do we pick this off? Do we go here? Do we just go here? All right, all right. Guess we just go there, see what he does. And just kind of wait and see here. Wait and see. Okay. All right. Well, now we should pretty much just attack. Now, will he jump this forward, putting me in check? Then the question is, do I attack? Do I trade off this knight, or do I retreat my king? Probably I should retreat back. But I could go there, then push forward with this pawn. So that is a possibility. But usually when you're behind in material, you want to avoid trades. So I'm in check. Have to make a decision here. So if I back up, do I just go here? That would block my bishop. All right, all right. Okay, I'm just going to capture and push my passed pawn forward. capture, push the passed pawn forward. And then if I can reposition this knight. Oh, I have to watch out though. I don't want to be behind. I don't want his rook to be lined up on my rook, and then if I try and put a knight here and he captures, then the pawn would be pinned to this rook. Okay. Well, now I can just back up here. Go there. And just see what he decides to do. I need to bring this rook over here to the open file as well. Because then, you know, I could threaten a back rank mate. You know, he probably won't fall for that, but I don't know. I need to do something. I need to activate this knight that is not doing much at all. Okay, well, just go there. Try and go after this other pawn, but then I don't know, I have to guard this back rank here. Well, now he could try and swing back here and cause problems. All right. Well, I should bring this knight into the game. I should bring this knight into the game. The only advantage I have is the time here. Well, if I go back there, now what? Now what? Okay. All right. Do I bring up this knight with check? Does that do anything? We'll go there and check him and just see what he does. All right. Well, now I should attack again. Oh, nope, I have to bring this over to here. Okay, now he can try and come in from behind and cause problems. All right. Well, we jump in there, attack. And just see what he does. All right. Now, if I check him, at least he's running out of time. So maybe he'll make a mistake in time trouble here. All right, guess we got to go back to here. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I think I wanted to go back here behind him. Just go ahead and do that. All right, let's see here. Hmm. Well, do I go there? All right. Boom. Well, if I just go there, and just start pushing this pawn forward. Ah, great. Am I going to be in trouble here? Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. Sorry I haven't been talking. This is just ridiculous. He's like almost running out of time, but not quite. All right. Go there. All right, what to do? What to do? Could go there. Looks like I have to go there to protect that pawn. I don't know. I'm pretty much lost now. I've been trying to hold on, see if he'll run out of time. All right, what do I do here? Gosh, this is just ridiculous. Oh my gosh, he ran out of time. I was just so focused on trying to figure out what to do next. All right, well, that was ugly. He just ran out of time. We'll do a game review. Man, I don't know. I just let the game get kind of out of control early. So I definitely have to, brush up on the opening. All right, let's just do a quick game review, and then I'll do a little bit of analysis afterwards. Sorry, it just drug on for quite some time. Yeah, see, I only played 73.2 versus his 77.4. He even had a brilliant move, so we'll have to see what that was. Giveaway, you lost the advantage, but were saved by the clock. So it looks like I got a lead here in the first, I don't know, well, he was ahead, then I got a lead, and then I just kind of let it go back to white and until I should have been losing until he ran out of time. All right, so let's take a look here. Start review. Okay, so I'm gonna have to brush up on this e4, bishop to c4, because I've seen this opening before, the bishop's opening, but I haven't decided on a good response to this. So I was trying to steer it into a kind of an Italian game, but then they brought their pawn up here, saying I should not have captured that. Better to capture with the bishop, which would then kind of hold the center better, because now he had the option to capture, check, and then pick off my bishop, leading to, I don't know, all kinds of issues where black would have been ahead if I would have just captured with the bishop here. Okay, so we'll just move on here. knight to f6 would have been better. All right, yeah, but then I was worried about that knight just being chased away if he pushed a pawn forward, before this pawn was here. Okay, we'll check this out in the analysis. I'll try and go through the opening here. So it looks like it was the right thing to do to capture his queen. But then after that, this retreat here was not good. Looks like I should have gone forward and attacked his knight. All right, and then this was no good, pushing this pawn. And it says that is a blunder that allowed... okay, it looks like it allowed him to attack. Well, we'll find out. Once again, I'll check the analysis. Okay, this happened. He was able to bring his knight forward, attacking the pawn and this knight at the same time with his bishop. So that was the big mistake that I made in the game. And then after that, I was just trying to hang on till he ran out of time. Okay, so... all right. All right, I'll check this out in the analysis. Whew. Yeah, that was a bad game for me. 1450. Definitely have to play at a higher level than that if I'm going to try and make it to 2000. So the opening, 93.9. I only had 80.5. 74 in the middle game to 71. 77 to 70. So... yeah, I just did not have a good game there. Let's take a look at the analysis here. All right. So, e4, e5, and bishop to c4. The bishop's opening. So here, it looks like knight to f6 can be played. So maybe I should have played that. Knight, both knights could be developed. After this, white has a little bit of an advantage. And d4, it says that's an inaccuracy. Better is just to bring your knight out. But here, I made the mistake of capturing with the pawn. I should have just captured with the bishop. He could have chased my bishop away with c3, but then I guess that would take away a square for his knight to move to. All right. So I made an incorrect capture there, allowing this move that it says is brilliant, where you just give up your bishop, and then to keep material even, well, I guess I don't have to capture that, but looks like that is the best move to capture the bishop. Now the queen check, capturing my bishop here. Okay, so now the best move, it says, is either to bring out either knight. But I was afraid if I brought this knight out, he could just push a pawn forward and chase that knight away, or he could try and pin it. Although, I don't know, I guess I could attack. All right, anyway, what did I play? I brought that knight out. He brought his knight out. I attacked the queen, and it didn't like that. It wanted me to keep developing, bringing the other knight out. Now I'm in check. I move away, and that was best. Now the knight moves in here, but this knight really can't do much because of, the bishop is covering here, but once I move my queen up, which I did, queen to e7, and it looks like even queen to e8 might have been better, which I see why. Queen to e8 would still allow this knight to come out to e7 here, possibly. All right, so my opponent castles. I attack the queen retreats, although it said it would have been better for the queen to move here, because then this pawn would be unguarded if the bishop moves. So now I chase the knight away, and which it's funny, it says that is a great move. Well, the other moves didn't look much better. You don't want to go to h3. And, if you go here, I mean, I guess I could trade the bishop for the knight and the queen. No, well, excuse me, that wouldn't happen because the queen is here. So that's the only option that makes sense, is just to move back to here. But I get a pawn out of it, but now my queen is under attack. So after a retreat, here I'm attacking his queen, and he just develops a rook, and that is a mistake. Better would have been to capture my queen. All right, so I capture, he captures, and the bishop move. And that is not the best. Better would be to just move up here and attack. All right. Well, now he moves here, and that is an inaccuracy. Better would have been b3. So I attack to get rid of my doubled pawn. He recaptures, which is best. But here it says I should have just moved forward here. Bishop to d3. Huh. Oh, excuse me. So bishop to d3, that's kind of interesting. What does that do? Attack the knight here. The knight would have to go back to here. So I guess it kind of drives the knight away. All right. Well, capture of the pawn. Then I just move here to get ready to trade off material since I am a little bit ahead. And then this move. It says it's a mistake, but that bishop gave me problems later because it's lined up on my knight, my king, and the rook here. But better would have been knight to e3. So I developed the other rook, but it says I should have just captured right away. So, that makes sense. Maybe I should have just traded, then brought the other rook out, attacking. If he would have captured, it would have driven my knight back, but we wouldn't have to worry about these rooks, which the rooks did give me trouble later on. So knight to e3, I retreat back. Actually, it says instead of retreating back, I should have instead gone bishop to e4, attacking his knight. But then what do you do after that? He's probably going to retreat his knight back, attacking me, or he could even go forward, possibly. I guess I could move this pawn and then try and swing my bishop down here in front of my king. All right, anyway, pawn forward. The best move, pushing that pawn forward. And here I make a blunder, which swings the game from, it could have, if I would have played knight to e7, it would have been almost a point for black, in black's favor. But now, pushing this pawn, now it's +1 for white. And I guess we'll see why here, because knight to d5, jumping in here, attacking my knight, which is pinned by the bishop here, and this is under attack. So we have rook protecting the pawn, and it says instead I should have just captured, traded off material, even though I'm about to go behind in material. All right, well, capture, 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 king captures. All right. And maybe that's why, I don't know, if a pair of these rooks would have been removed, then I'd only have one rook to deal with, and I would have a bishop that maybe could attack his pawns. Anyway, moving on here. He retreats back, which is best, protecting his pawn. I attack. Now that is a mistake. Oh my gosh. Now the game is +3 in white's favor. It says I should have just moved my knight. So here I should have just brought my knight back towards the center, back into the action. Maybe jump here. So knight to c6, then jump to e5. All right, so I do that thinking, well, maybe I should trade off material. He captures, I capture, and now the knight jumps in there. So now should I have traded off? Let's find out. Okay, I did, and that's what I should have done. So now the game is plus almost 2 according to this. So c5, so plus 1.8. Rook to f4 with check. Although king to f1 immediately is what the computer calls for. So now I have to retreat back. The rook moves over to here. Perhaps this would have been better. Yeah, rook to d1 would have been better because it's further away. Although I'm going to end up going here anyway to stop attacks on my king. But the rook could try and swing in behind the knight and the king and go after something. I don't know. It was just a mess here. Once you're behind in material, sometimes it can be a problem trying to catch up. So here I should have just immediately pushed the pawns. All right. So I have to move here to stop a trade-off of my other rook. And an attack on this a pawn. Okay. It says king. Actually, knight to f6. Okay. I overlooked that move. That would have been a good move to keep the rooks out of e7, and I could reposition this knight. Okay, so I think I ended up going there anyway, yes. And then check, I have to move. They go back here, and now I check. I was trying to just get some activity. And I don't know, at this point, here my original plan was to go here, rook to e1. Let's see if that's something I even should have done. Nope, it's saying rook to a1. Now I should just go after this pawn. But I thought I had to go here and guard this 7th rank, or my 2nd rank. And it's saying no, I should have just went after the pawn here. Well, I don't know about that, because then they could check me and then pick this off, and I wouldn't be able to get the pawn anyway. So I don't know about that, computer. All right. So he swings over here, and inaccuracy. Better would be rook to h8. Oh, that could be a problem. Swinging over there. Well, I would have to just go over here and try and keep the rook from coming in to attacking from the other side. All right, the knight moves, checking the king. Let's see here. That's excellent, but once again, it wants me to start pushing pawns. Okay. So we check again, check. It's saying instead I should have pushed a pawn. All right. So that appears to be the theme of the day. If you have passed pawns, push them and try and gain some advantage. The more those pawns make it up the board, the more of a threat they become. So this is bad. King to f3, retreating back would have been better. So now king to g7 is a mistake. Rook to c7 would have been better. Oh yeah, why did I even go there? I was thinking the king could jump down here, but my knight is covering that. So I guess time trouble was starting to get to me there. All right. Now it's saying I should have moved back. All right, so great. Now this is possible. That is not the best move. Better would have been to just put my rook over here. So check. I have to go there anyway. Check. I have to move back. And now these pawns are gone. So not good at all. So I go here. They push forward. Let's see. Check. Excellent, but once again, push the pawns. So the king is forced to move. But now what do? I have to move my rook, so I go back, check, back to here. The pawn starts moving. Finally, I push a pawn, but now they're under attack. I keep pushing forward. And the rook, the enemy rook, gets in behind the pawn, so that's always something, or usually something you want to do is get behind past pawns, yours or your opponent's. So capture here, check. So now I don't know. I just get lucky that time ran out because my opponent ran out of time after this move here. So he runs out of time. And the computer says the game may have continued with that, an attack, protect, move up here, and I'm just in trouble here. And yeah, if this would have happened, he could just trade off and start pushing this pawn down. I guess this, I would have to keep an eye on this passed pawn. So he probably wouldn't even capture here. He would just, well, maybe move up here and try and pick this off. All right. Well, I will end it there. Day 8 in this quest for 2000. Thank you all, especially if you made it the whole way through this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave comments or suggestions or requests. I'll try, if I get any requests for different chess videos, I'll try and work on those in the future. I may be a little bit busier with the holidays and everything coming the end of the year. So, thank you everyone. Have a super chess day. And I will see you next time.